I found a rocket stock that has great potential for executing a wheel strategy. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Here you're going to find that I'm publishing videos about selling options for income. And specifically in this video, I discuss some of my research about a certain stock I discovered and how I might use it for executing the wheel strategy. Now, if you're not familiar with the wheel strategy, I have a separate video that explains how it works and how you can profit from it. I'll include a link in the description below, because my mission is to provide videos on my channel that are helpful and potentially inspire at least 1,000 people to earn $1,000. Because if we all work together, that's 1,000 people, each of us earning $1,000, we can make a total of $1 million, and together we could be a group millionaire. One of the keys to trading a profitable options wheel strategy is knowing when to start each of the wheel components, specifically the cash secure put and the covered call, and on which days to start them. Now, in my research, I discovered an interesting chart pattern on this particular stock, and I decided to share my research and observations, obviously for educational purposes only, so that you can see what I'm looking at and what I'm planning to do in this particular situation. The company that's the subject of this video is Rocket Companies Incorporated, stock symbol RKT. Rocket Companies was founded in 1985, and they're based in Detroit, Michigan. They're a holding company consisting of both personal finance and consumer services, with multiple brands, including Rocket Mortgage, Rocket Homes, Rocket Loans, Rocket Auto, Core Digital Media, Lendesk, and Edison Financial. They have a market cap of $39 billion and an average trading volume of 10.6 million shares. So I brought up a daily chart for Rocket Mortgage, otherwise known as Rocket Companies Incorporated, stock symbol RKT. And in this daily chart, which goes back to September 2020 through today, which is February 22nd, 2021, I noticed a couple of different things, and I'd like to point them out to you. So the first thing I noticed, it seems to be trading in a range. I'm going to draw a couple lines to make it a little bit easier for you to visualize what I'm talking about. First, I'm going to draw a line that connects the low points of the stock prices over time. Something like this. So this line where I've connected the low points, I'm going to call the support line. Now you'll notice there's one exception here. You can see that basically the lower range of the stock price tends to hit the support line and then go back up. And now I'm going to draw a second line that connects the high points of the stock prices over time. And I'm going to call this line the resistance line. And so every time that the stock price reaches this area, it tends to bounce back down. So let me show you what I mean. So when the price is down here near this support line, it tends to go back up. And then once it reaches the resistance line, it tends to come back down. And then it repeats this pattern of going to the top, of going up, coming back down, reaching the support line, going back up, coming back down, going back up, coming back down. You'll notice that the price doesn't exceed the support line or the resistance line. It stays within this range. And so it's known as range trading, or this stock is trading kind of flat. Now, again, there's this one exception here, but other than that, it seems to be trading within this range. Now, the next thing I noticed is that it seems to be trading in this range in a fairly consistent pattern. And let me show you what I mean. So this is a daily chart, and each of these bars represents one full trading day. So if I take a look at the bottom of this trading day to the high point over here, it takes roughly 10 bars or 10 trading days to go from the bottom to reach the next peak. Now let's take a look at this other example. We go from the bottom to the next peak. It's about 11 bars. And then from this next one, bottom to the next peak, it's 8 bars. And if we go from this bottom to the next peak, it's about 9 bars. So roughly, 8 to 10 bars, we go from the bottom to the top. Next, I wanted to look at how long does it take to go from the top to the bottom. So go from the highs to the lows. We see it takes roughly 12 days here. And if we go from this peak, let's call this one the peak, to this valley, this low point, it's 13 bars. And from this high point to this low point, 13 days. And then from this high point to this low point, 13 days or 13 bars. And so for me, as I look at this, I see a fairly consistent pattern, right? It's going from low point to high point in roughly 10 days, and then from high point to low point in about 12 to 13 days. And it's trading within this range of roughly $19 as the lowest price and hitting a high price of roughly $24.40. Now, obviously, there's no guarantee that the stock price will continue to do this, but it is somewhat interesting to note that there seems to be a repeating cycle. So now I plan to use this past historical price performance information and closely watch this stock to see how it performs in the market over the next few days and weeks, because I can plan to start a wheel strategy and sell a cash secure put when the price reaches or nears the support line, allowing me to maximize my profit. And then I can plan to sell a covered call around 10 days later at the high point in order to maximize my profit in the other direction. Before you click away from my video, there's one more thing I have to mention. I also need to consider whether or not to play this as a wheel strategy. So as I look at this chart, I need to consider all scenarios for profit, loss, risk reward, and maximum potential. So maybe I should use this price range pattern for swing trading. The traditional buy low and sell high approach. So as an options trader, we need to be open to alternative strategies that have profit potential. So let me spend a few minutes and walk through a quick swing trade example so you see how this might be profitable. So to start the swing trade, I would be looking to purchase shares when the price dipped to around the $19 level. As you can see from the chart, the price dips to either $19 per share or close to this level. But for this example, let's just assume we can purchase the shares at $19 per share. And that'll help make the math calculations a lot easier. Alright, so let's assume I buy 10 shares at $19 per share, so my total cost is $190. So then using the information from this chart, I would plan to wait approximately 10 days, at which point the share price should be up around the resistance line. And to make it simple, let's call it $24 a share. And I would refer back to this chart again and notice that the share price doesn't rise above the resistance line. So using this information, I could execute a limit sell order for $24 and have a reasonable amount of confidence that I'm maximizing my profit potential by getting a price near the historical limit. So at this point, I would end up selling 10 shares at $24 per share and receive $240. Now with the transaction complete, we can compute my net profit. So I would receive $240 from the selling of the shares, but I had to pay $190 to get the shares initially. So my net profit is $50, and that's calculated by taking the $240 that I received and subtracting the $190 I had to pay to acquire the shares. And similar to the wheel strategy, using cash secured puts and covered calls, this swing trading process could be repeated over and over again. I hope you found the research, information, and trading strategies I just presented helpful. And if you want to see more videos like this one, then please consider joining my Patreon in March 2021. I'll be sharing videos just like this one that reveal my research notes and my trading strategies that I will make available exclusively to my Patreon members. Did you like this video? Did it provide you with some helpful information? If so, then do me a huge favor and smash the like button. If you're still watching this video, I just want to say thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I also want to wish you good luck and lots of success with all of your trades.